soul with it. Yeah. So I was listening to the George Sedano podcast on ESPN LA radio, and they had a special guest on the phone, former GM of the Nets and NBA insider Bobby Marks, and he came on to give us an update about the potential Anthony Davis trade, as rumors are starting to heat up and reports that a deal is close to being reached between the New Orleans Pelicans and the Los Angeles Lakers or the Boston Celtics. George Sedano asked Bobby Marks, as someone who has made general manager decisions in the NBA, would he hold this Anthony Davis trade up for Kyle Kuzma? And this was Bobby Marks' exact response. He says, no, I wouldn't, and I like Kyle Kuzma, and no offense to him, and I think he's a heck of a player here. But I think if you are the Lakers, you're kind of backed into a corner here. And I know that maybe the leverage of New Orleans, they may start to lose leverage if there's nothing done by the draft and Davis is still on the roster. But kind of what you're looking at from the free agent market is kind of looking a little more bleak now. And I think Davis could be your main free agent. And we've talked about it before, and what you do with the remaining amount of cap space that you can build out the roster. And it's different than getting Davis on a 1-year rental. I mean, yes, if it was Boston, then yes, I would be concerned about giving up my young players. But no, if it's Kyle Kuzma holding up the deal, he's not the first person I would put in the deal. But if it's something I had to do, I would do. Bobby Marks was then asked about Kyle Kuzma's ceiling, and Bobby questioned if Kyle Kuzma could ever reach an NBA All-Star level, but possibly remain on the borderline of becoming an All-Star. But if you guys would like to hear the full audio, the link is in the description box now. I don't know if I can agree with Bobby and him questioning if Kuzma could ever reach an All-Star level, because sometimes it's not just about the talent, it's also about marketing and promotion. And I think the Lakers have done a wonderful job in terms of marketing and promoting Kyle Kuzma. I think the only thing that prevents him from becoming an All-Star is playing alongside LeBron James and not being able to fully develop and hit shots. Got to be a knockdown shooter and basically become a spot-up shooter. But you have to really be a threat from the perimeter if you want to play with LeBron. And a lot of times when players aren't moving without the ball and they kick it to you, they could become spot-up shooters. And some nights they don't have that rhythm because LeBron could be so focused on trying to get his shots that they lose their rhythm. And some nights they may have it and some nights they don't. But would I try to keep Kyle Kuzma? Of course. I'll try, but if I have to give him up for Anthony Davis, it's no question of whether I will give him up or not. Even if the Pelicans, if they ask for him, I'm not countering anything. Even if they want to use him as trade bait to get another potential first-round pick or get something else in return for Kyle Kuzma. You put Kyle Kuzma or whatever on the table for Anthony Davis. Do whatever you have to do to get Anthony Davis. The Pelicans are supposed to do this for a player like Anthony Davis. They're supposed to be greedy. To me, it's like, and what I've said before Kobe said it, you know, all the fans wanted to hop on Kobe's bandwagon, and once Kobe said something, they repeat it, and now the narrative changed. But like I said, it's like comparing Kyle Kuzma to Anthony Davis. You're basically telling the Pelicans that you think Kyle Kuzma is better than Anthony Davis by telling them that he can't be in the deal. No. And if I'm the Pelicans and I hear that you tell me that Kyle Kuzma isn't in a deal, then I'm done. You know, I'm done. I'm hanging up the phone with you. Like, if I'm David Griffin, I'm hanging up the phone with you. Don't tell me what you're not going to give up, because even though Boston may not have great picks, the Pelicans can be petty and just still send them there. And the Celtics and Danny Ainge can facilitate a deal to where they could get a third team involved, where Memphis may possibly want to swap their second pick with the Pelicans and some other players. Boston could send Jason Tatum to Memphis with some picks, and both teams could just be petty, but they'll all benefit. And I've heard people say, well, Mike Conley is old, but Marc Gasol is older and just won an NBA championship and was one of the determining factors in the Raptors winning the championship. But Boston, they could pair Mike Conley and Anthony Davis on a 1-year rental. And even if Kyrie decides to leave, you could take that chance with Mike Conley and Anthony Davis and add some pieces around him and tell Kyrie Irving to kick rocks. Because he could go to the Nets and they'll be out of contention. And you could just add some pieces. You know, the Celtics could just add pieces at free agency, and you could bring in Anthony Davis, and you could, you know, do whatever you can to please him, accommodate him, rub his feet. Then the Isaiah Thomas situation. Show him that that was something that was minor and they're looking past that. And they're going to treat him like a king or whatever may have you in order to make sure that you please the superstar and to stand. You could change it. And you could also, you could also get more picks with how things have changed in the draft. Now you could be like the Lakers later down the road and possibly get lucky and get a 4th pick one day. So I don't think the Lakers should be telling the Pelicans Kuzma is off the table, because it also looks bad on the Lakers' part if Kyle Kuzma does not become who you think he is years down the road. And let's say Anthony Davis possibly get traded to Toronto after the players over there, the players in Toronto stock has went up. And now it's like you failed to give up Kyle Kuzma. Now it look like you failed to give up Kyle Kuzma for Anthony Davis. And you would just look absolutely stupid perception-wise. And you don't get a major free agent this summer. You would look absolutely ridiculous on top of ridiculous. Call you ridiculous, okay? Now, I like Kyle Kuzma, but you're holding on to Kuzma for dear life, which is a great thing if you could keep him. But to me, it's a bluff, because the Lakers know they need AD more than AD, and the Pelicans need the Lakers. Because even though he could come next season, the risk of LeBron James suffering another major injury trying to carry a bunch of young guys, and especially what we seen happen to Kevin Durant in the finals, the risk of a major injury happening to LeBron is very high. So to me personally, with all those miles on his body, I'm not chancing it. So the Lakers should do whatever they can to pull this deal off, as I stated in the beginning of the year, even if they had to get a third team involved to make this deal happen. People are upset saying, oh, David Griffin and the Pelicans think AD is Michael Jordan. No, they're not. But the Lakers are acting like Kyle Kuzma is Michael Jordan for some reason, when in reality, he hasn't proven half of what Anthony Davis has proven in the NBA. So that logic is dumb to me. And no, AD's not Michael Jordan, but he is a top 5 player, top 10 player in a league where big men have almost become extinct. He has evolved his game. He can shoot from the perimeter, protect the rim, set screens, shoot, etc. He could easily average 28 and 10 in his sleep. So like I said before, if you could keep Kuzma, great. But he's not holding up my trade deal. No, absolutely not. And if the Pelicans walk away because of that, I've lost all respect for the Lakers front office, period. Because everybody on this roster should be on go, get out of here mode. They should be on get out of here mode. And fans are too emotionally attached to the young core. And that's just like with the Boston young guys. These young guys, these young players and role players come a dime a dozen, period. They're gems in the second round. I told you that not only would these guys have to deal with trade rumors back in February, but once free agency comes, they'll have to deal with it again. And if Anthony Davis doesn't get traded by draft night or doesn't get traded this summer, then the young guys will have to deal with free agency rumors next trade deadline, next February in 2020. But I find it funny that y'all told me a couple weeks ago, stop talking about AD, stop talking about Anthony Davis to the Lakers, let's talk about the young guys and Anthony Davis, stop talking about Anthony Davis, blah, blah, blah. But now AD to the Lakers is a trending topic. Now it's okay to talk about AD, I swear. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Does Anthony Davis get traded to the Lakers before or during draft night, or do y'all think the deal just won't get done? I believe so. I don't know. We'll just have to see. But I'm happy either way because I want Anthony Davis to come to the Lakers. But I also like Darius Garland a lot. I think he will be a superstar. He gives me that vibe. And it's said that the Lakers are possibly projected to take him at 4. But I think if the Lakers don't trade for Anthony Davis, they should just trade LeBron and build with the young core. But that's just my take on it, because also it could work on LeBron if he carry these young guys over the hump and win a championship with these young guys. It catapults his legacy to the next level. But that's just my take on it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all get in that comment box, like, share, subscribe. I'm out.